My most memorable, but one I'd like to forget, was a hand against Gus Hansen, where he raised to 2,100, and I decided to play a little tricky with 2 6s and make it 5,000. That's not a play I normally make, and what ended up happening was everyone folded, and Gus and I took the flop.
Away ace queen, not going to put in 4,400 more.
And Hansen calls it 2,900.
Yeah, probably not. The flop came down perfect, 9 6 5, so I flopped 3 6s. Gus checked, I went ahead and bet it. He raised me another 18,000, and now I studied like and ha, trying to pretend that I had aces or kings. Finally, I called the bet, looking to maybe trap him. And you know what? He had a lot of money, too. Both of us had a ton of money, over 300,000.
Negrano bet $8,000.
Come over here to go clubbing. You thought I was playing poker. Good morning, Dr. Gray.
In the middle of this hand, David Gray has showed up and starts to do his dance moves behind Gus.
This guy is a cartoon guy. There's so many people that can do it.
Gus is trying to figure out what to do here. He's going to raise.
Here.
It's the right move. You don't want someone coming in here with a hand like 9-8.
He raised it to $26,000.
26,000.
122.
And Daniel is just going to call. He's going to let a card come off. I like this move by Daniel. Gus is convinced he has the best hand now.
Now the turn card comes, a 5. I've got a full house. Gus bets again, and now it's up to me. Do I want to raise him now or raise him on the river? You know. Plus, he could have pocket 9s, pocket 5s. It's a dangerous situation. I thought, you know what, it's Gus. Gus might bluff one more time if I let him, so I hummed and hawed to try to make him think I had aces or kings. Everyone at the table thought I had aces or kings because I did the whole Hollywood.
So I won 21 and I lost 4, so I won 17.
The other players seem oblivious to what's going on in this hand.
Hansen bets 24,000.
Oh my God, it's 165, yeah.
I think Daniel Negrano is putting Gus Hansen on a hand like 7-5 or 8-5. He's putting Gus Hansen on 3 5s right now, and he's thinking about how do I extract the most money from Gus Hansen here. Gus is trying to appear as calm as he can with quads.
98, 99.
He's not giving anything up. Negrano calls at 24,000.
Daniel's slow playing his full house. Daniel thinks he has the best hand.
Now the river card comes an 8, puts a 4 card straight there, and now Gus checks. I'm thinking to myself, wow, I got to make a bet here. There's so much money in the pot.
Gus checks his quads.
Okay, so then you won 17 here.
Great play by Gus.
You got you lost 2. I lost 2. Barry won 4.
Now, if Gus did have 7-5, Gus has made a straight here.
Right here, I won 17.
The main thing is Daniel feels he has the best hand. And there's no reason he shouldn't feel he has the best hand.
Okay, that's where I make a mistake. Okay.
So I decide, with my full house, I'll bet 65,000. Then, to my surprise, to my shock, I couldn't believe it. Gus decides to check raise me all in for 160,000 more. It didn't make any sense whatsoever. If he had 4 5s or pocket 9s, it only made sense that he would bet the river. Because I sold aces or kings and he thought that I had that, why would he think that I would bet? You know, I asked Gus about the hand later, and he thought, well, you were more likely to bet than you were to call a bet on the river. He was wrong, but as it worked out, he got the wrong read, but the right result, and busted me for almost 300,000 in the hand when he turned over 4 of a kind, pocket 5s. That was tough. 1 card in the deck could kill me, and that's exactly what came.
What he's trying to figure out is, does it beat his hand?
He might have the nuts. You're missing a big pot here, Eli. It's a big pot here. You just raised me 167. It's a big pot. I better have something if I'm going to call, right?
Daniel pointing out to Ellie and Doyle that something's going on here.
Yeah. You think they'd know?
But you can do it better.
Buddy, this is the, if I lose this pot, it's a cooler, so can't feel too bad. If I lose this pot, it's a pretty bad cooler. Pocket 5s, pocket 9s, maybe like pocket 8s. Ooh, that'd be sick too. That would be sick.
Well, you're right, Daniel. It's one of the above.
Yeah.
What else would Gus Hansen be raising you $165,000 with? And Daniel decides to call.
Shows him the 5.
You had one out.
I believe you. I wasn't too happy on the flop. But once the turn came up.
Wasn't too happy. Meanwhile, he rakes in a pot over $575,000.
You're looking at a man who just lost almost $300,000 cash.